my channel is full of TikTok advice and tips and tricks, but I've never actually gone through my entire TikTok journey. So I sat there and said, you know what, probably it's useful for me to do this because you learn from experience, and by watching this video, you'll gain little insights that I've learned along the way through TikTok that I'm sure you can apply to your own accounts and your own TikTok journey. So let's get into it. So this is me in the end of 2021, start of 2022, looking much younger than I do now, eating one of my favorite foods, kebab. As a Turk, you gotta be eating kebab pretty much every week. But this photo doesn't really matter. The only reason I put it is because this was the exact day actually I made my New Year's goals for 2022. And one of those goals towards the bottom was to reach 500 subscribers on TikTok. I had never ever even opened TikTok before in my life. I just thought it was full of those dances that I didn't really care about. I didn't think it was a platform you could really make money off of. Boy, was I wrong. I decided, you know what, going into 2022, my biggest New Year's resolution was to make money online. I want to find a way to actually make money for myself rather than just going to school or going to university, finding a job later down the line. I want to actually be accountable for the money I make. And I looked at it and went, you know what, I've spent a lot of time creating content on YouTube. I've got some editing experience. Let me start a TikTok page and see where it can take me. So I had the aim of starting a page and reaching 500 subscribers. I had no clue how easy it would be, how hard it would be. So I thought 500 subscribers would be like an average milestone. Boy, was I wrong. I think you need to add a few zeros on the end of that really. But I wasn't to know that. In the end, I did fantastic, reaching over 500,000 followers and beyond. But we'll get into that. The aim was to start TikTok. So my first page I started was called Why Football. I started it on the 1st of January. Literally, I started my New Year's resolution on that exact day. And I was posting content about football. It was based heavily off my YouTube channel, which still exists to this day, called Why Football, where I talk about football or soccer for those in the States. And as you can see, the views were kind of rubbish. I was getting what? 500 views a video, if that, not really going anywhere, not getting many followers either. But at the same time, I thought, you know what, I'm enjoying posting on TikTok, let me start another account. So I thought, okay, let me start an NBA account. I also enjoy watching basketball, that's something to post off of. So I was posting on both accounts, but not really getting any traction for about a month. And then this happened. My first video to go viral, reaching over 100,000 views in the NBA niche, and that was the dopamine hit that I needed. Ever since then, I never looked back. Oh my god, if you guys ever feel that dopamine rush of getting your first viral video, it's crazy. You refresh your phone, you're getting followers, you're getting likes, you're getting comments. It's such a good feeling. So I hit that on the NBA account, and that was the rush I needed to continue this journey. And as you can see, the followers were flowing in on both accounts, the NBA one and the football one. And I was getting up to 5,000 followers. Then not too late, I hit 10,000 followers, all within a month. So I started my account on the 1st of January. And practically within about a month and a half, 6 weeks, I hit 10,000 followers and was monetized, when my original goal was to only reach 500 followers. And I was there thinking, wow, I could actually make money from this. So when you reach 10,000 followers, you end up getting into the TikTok Creator Fund, which is basically the creativity program, but the worst version. Before TikTok had the creativity program, they had the Creator Fund, which paid creators, but nowhere near the money you get from the creativity program. The Creator Fund was absolute garbage pay. As you can see right here, I was getting £1.50 a day, if that. Some days it was reaching £10, some days £20 or £30, but that was mostly it. Nowhere near enough money to live on if you're someone from the Western world, especially in the UK. But nevertheless, I enjoyed posting, so I kept posting. And that account eventually reached 23,000 followers and did very, very well. And my most viral post on there was a meme, which reached over 1.8 million followers, did very well overall. Over 50% of people basically watched the full video, which was good. And that video alone paid me anywhere like 3 figures, which was really cool off just one simple video to making CapCut. But that story doesn't end very well, because unfortunately that account got banned. Completely banned off of TikTok for unoriginal content. Nowadays, if you post unoriginal content, TikTok just removes you from the creativity program or disqualifies your videos from the FYP. But back in the day, TikTok just straight up banned you. Literally deleted you off the platform. And that weren't too fun, because I wasn't making a load of money on there, but I was making decent money. And for them to ban me wasn't very kind, to be honest. But nevertheless, I learned a lot of lessons on the way on this TikTok journey with that account, so I used it to launch my second account, which eventually enabled me to reach 500,000 followers. So I took some time off of TikTok when that happened, and I thought, okay, let me assess my options, what to do next. And as I said, let me start to create a new account. And I did. I created this account called Why Inspire. When I was on Instagram scrolling through, I saw a lot of motivational content, but this was back in 2022 and I didn't find a lot of it on TikTok. So I said, okay, if it's working on Instagram, why not post it on TikTok? So I did, and I launched my account called Why Inspire. As you can see, branding was absolutely awful, but it was literally reposting content from Instagram, downloading it off of there, and posting it on TikTok. That was it, and I managed to get my first viral video about a month or so into the page when I reached 90,000 views and counting on that video in the bottom left corner. Now with this account, I've got the stats up on screen. I'll go to it later. This shows you why TikTok is one of the best, and social media in general is one of the best business lines to get into, because you get what's called delayed returns. I started the account on the 16th of February, right? It took me 2 days to reach 10 followers. It took me then 3 weeks to reach 50 followers and 100 followers. And it took me a whole month to reach 1,000 followers. A month from starting my account to reach 1,000 followers. 30 days of posting consistently, I'm not even reaching 1,000 followers. But if you look right down towards the bottom, it took me 6 months to end up reaching 500,000 followers. A month to reach 1,000, but 5 months after I reached 500,000. That is the exponential returns you can get from TikTok. So it just shows you've got to be consistent in this game. But we're going to get onto that. So with that account, I was posting consistently, and I eventually got to 10,000 followers. And of course, that meant I was in the creator fund. I applied and I got in. Great news. Thankfully, this paid better than the football one, because I was getting much more views per video, and the demographic, I was targeting an older audience as well, because it was more motivational content. More older people watched that as well. So one thing I did with that account is I changed the branding. Branding is so important when it comes to social media, and I learned this actually from one of the books on my shelves called What They Don't Teach You in Harvard Business School. It should be on my shelf somewhere here. What They Don't Teach You in Harvard Business. What They Don't Teach You at Harvard Business School. Best book, well, one of the best books I've ever read in my life. It taught me about branding. I said, okay, I need to take this seriously. Back there, you can see branding rubbish, absolutely garbage branding. I said, I'm going to change this around. I went for new logo, Why Inspire, clean, black, white circle with the white font, and I changed all my videos from now on to have black and white as the filter on the video. It would have a logo in the top right corner. It would have a similar caption style, and it would have a call to action at the end of every video, basically saying to follow me because I'll motivate you. Simple things like that. And I started implementing that for every video, and boy, did the returns start coming in. The account went viral. 17th of April 2022, I was on 20,000 followers. Now, the reason I've actually screenshotted the times when I screenshotted this was, look at the dates, 17th of April and 18th of April. 24 hours later, just over 25 hours later, my account went from 19.9 thousand followers to 50,000 followers. In 24 hours, my account doubled in followers, doubled in likes. It was crazy. I was getting great returns on this account, and I was flying. I was getting so much momentum. Started posting 4 times a day. Not too long ago, I reached 100,000 followers. Then I reached 200,000 followers. Then I reached 400,000 followers. Now I was just going through the milestones like clockwork. Posting 4 times a day. I had a system in place. I had employees basically filtering the videos for me to post. I was paying them £1 per clip. I just rinsed and repeating 4 clips every single day. I took literally 1 or 2 hours out of my day to make a bunch of drafts, as you can see in the middle photo right here. Then I would just post it throughout the week. Log on, post it, log off. Log on, post it, log off. And it was just the best semi-automated passive income I was getting. 4 figures a month through it, and I was loving life. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm a teenager, 19 years old. I'm going to live off TikTok. It's going to be the best ever decision I made. Doesn't end up like that, but I'll get onto that slightly later. So, as you can see, my views were outstanding. In a week, I was getting nearly 10 million views. For perspective, this was during the creator fund. If I was in the creativity program, this account will be making me nearly $20,000, $30,000 a month. Minimum. $20,000, $30,000 a month. You can live off that easily. But it's one of those things. We'll get onto this slightly later. So with the creator fund, as you can see, the payment was rubbish. I was getting anywhere from around £30 to sometimes £60 a day. So it's alright. It's about £1,000 a day if you look at just the creator fund earnings, sometimes slightly more, which is not terrible by any means. But given what the creativity program's paying nowadays, is rubbish in that respect. As I said, with the creativity program, I'd be earning anywhere near $20,000, if not $30,000 a month. With this account, I was getting around 4 figures, 1 to 2,000, sometimes 3,000 a month. But that wasn't the only way I was earning money. You see, when you've got a social media account, it's not just the creator fund. You also get sponsorship deals. So I was getting brands come to me and say, look, can you promote us at the end of your videos, integrated promos, and we pay you for that. So that was another income source I was getting. It was all helping funnel myself through my TikTok page, getting multiple different streams of income. But then this happened. Soon after reaching 500,000 followers in August, I got an account warning. Your account is at high risk of being restricted due to multiple violations. This should have been the warning sign for me that nothing good lasts forever. But to be honest with you guys, I thought, ooh, it's looking a bit dodgy. I basically hit up Twitter, the support tickets, everything related to TikTok. I just spammed them saying, fix this, I don't know what's going on. And eventually they did. The warning sign went back to posting again. Everything was looking all good. I was getting back my usual payment. Everything was working fine. And I thought, okay, I'm over it. Didn't really learn from what happened there. And I even made a video on my YouTube channel. You can still find it, documenting my progress going to 500,000 followers in 6 months. That's still on my channel. A couple years ago, I posted that. So at the same time, I thought, okay, it's working so well on TikTok. Let me start launching it on other platforms as well. So Instagram, started my page there. Eventually got to over 17,000 followers with just under 300 posts. I don't really post anymore, to be honest, but still did really well getting up to 20,000 followers on an Instagram theme page. Same with YouTube as well, posting on there. Got above 5,000 subscribers. Don't really post anymore similarly to that, just because I'm so busy with my other TikTok accounts and obviously my YouTube channel now that I don't really have time anymore. But that's good to even have that. It's still an asset I can either sell or use in the future. But then this happened. I got shadow banned. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I got shadow banned on TikTok, and they don't really know what a shadow ban is. Some people say shadow ban doesn't exist. Guys, shadow bans do exist. And I'll prove to you that I got a shadow ban. And if you get a similar thing to me, you'll know you've got a shadow ban too. So as you can see, on August the 27th, I'll never forget this day. Literally out of nowhere, I posted a video and it went nowhere. And then for the next 5 days, my videos were just getting stuck on 40 to 50,000 views. That was it. I was thinking, what's going on? I was getting 1 million views a day, sometimes like 500,000, 600,000, but I was getting loads of views a day. Suddenly I'm getting 40,000 views. What's going on? Then I checked my video and this happened. Only people following me were seeing my content. 0% of the views were coming from the For You page. And that's when you know you're getting shadow banned. If TikTok's not pushing your content on the For You page, I'm sorry to say it, but you're getting shadow banned. There's no two ways about it. So only my followers were seeing my content. And because of that, I was losing followers because I wasn't seeing anyone new, because no one new was seeing my content. Only people that already followed me were seeing it. And so a proportion of those people are going to end up unfollowing. That's just life. So I ended up losing so many followers. But you know what? I wasn't too annoyed because I was still getting paid a little bit. And I thought, you know what? Let me just keep posting. The shadow ban hopefully will disappear after 1 or 2 weeks, maybe a month. And then I can get back to my usual earnings again. Nothing's too wrong with it, I thought. Boy, was I wrong. Then, slightly later, one of the worst days of my life happened. My account got permanently banned. Just like my other account, Winespire, permanently banned off of TikTok. Gone. All 500,000 followers, all my income streams, gone. Like that. And my income literally went from 4 figures a month, almost hitting 5 figures, to 0. Overnight. Literally, everything was tied into that TikTok page and it just went like that. And I look back on it now, and to be honest with you guys, the progress I made was outstanding. Really good with that account. It's still to this day, I've run a lot of TikTok accounts. That is still my best ever account I've ever done. The fact that I reached 500,000 followers in just 6 months is incredible. The way I was able to just be consistent, and my branding and the way I was approaching it and my tactics were superb. And I talk actually in depth about what I did with that account in my TikTok course, my school community, which is linked in the description and in the pinned comment if you want to actually understand exactly how I grew that account. All the different methods and tactics I used, that's down there. I've got a full course within my community, free for community members. So look, I looked at it and I thought, you know what, I've done really well. How can I learn from this? So I made a video on my YouTube channel, how to get unbanned on TikTok, because I reached out to all the TikTok support and said, how can I unban this? How can I unban this? They came to me and said, don't worry, we'll get it sorted for you. So I thought, great. Made a video on my channel saying, this is how you get unbanned on TikTok. I spoke to TikTok support. Lo and behold, they didn't get me unbanned. They basically did not respond to my support tickets whatsoever, my tweets, nothing. And that was the closest I've ever been to full-blown sadness, depression, you name it. I was in the dumps. I was a teenager making 4 figures a month comfortably on social media, having a good time, good life, and out of nowhere, I was back to 0 again. Literally back to 0. It's like, those of you that have been through a breakup, this is like a breakup times 10, because you've lost your whole income supply basically overnight. But I sat there and said, you know what? I can't just let this be the end of me. I can't just go, okay, I've done so well on TikTok and then just lose it and go, that's it. I have to learn from this. I have to adapt from this. So I made a YouTube channel and I started posting about my experiences on TikTok, started posting about other things. I started focusing more towards my personal branding side and my YouTube page. And I actually made a promise to never go back to TikTok after this happened. Now obviously that's wrong because I still have TikTok accounts to this day that I post on. But at the time, I was so annoyed with TikTok, their customer support. I was so annoyed with everything, with even their payment plan. The fact that I was only getting paid like £50 a day, getting 10 million views a week was just disgusting, by the way. Like YouTube, if that was YouTube, I would be sitting on 50 grand a month minimum off that. But look, it's one of those things. So what it did teach me though was the importance of having multiple income streams. Now I look back on it 2 years ago. Obviously I was a teenager when that happened. I'm now 22 years old. It was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Losing that Inspire account, that 500,000 follower account, taught me that it's never too good to be true and always diversify. Always diversify your income streams. It's one thing I talk about within my course as well, and I've always recommended to people that are watching my channel. Don't just post on TikTok, post on YouTube, post on Instagram. There's abundance of platforms out there. Don't just get money through the creator fund. Monetize in other ways, whether it's affiliate income, whether it's sponsorships, whether it's a clothing brand. Multiple different ways to make money through social media, and just doing it through the creativity program or creator fund is not the only way you should be thinking about it. Now, thankfully, TikTok nowadays is much more improved than back in 2022. You've got the creativity program or creator awards program. You've got the TikTok shop affiliate program. You've even got work with artists and stuff like that. So they've got an abundance of monetization abilities that they did not have back in the day. But learning this lesson in 2022 was actually one of the best things that happened to me, because ever since then I've managed to grow from it. I've obviously given my experiences. I've grown a personal brand on YouTube, still post on TikTok to this day, and thankfully I'm earning very good money regardless and able to earn a full-time living through content creation. But it all came off the back of that account. If I never got banned from that, who knows where life would have taken me. But I can't look back to that in that way. I can't look at what happened there. It's one of the things that happened to me and I learned from it, and that was the main thing. So as I said to you guys, I promised myself I'd never go back to TikTok. But then they launched a creativity program. It was only in America at the time, but I still obviously had an interest in social media and TikTok, and I looked at it and said, oh, people are earning good money through the creativity program. This is not like the creator fund. They're actually paying they are actually paying very well. The problem was I wasn't in the US, and it's not like you have these sites right now. Like nowadays you have Claptic, you have Tick accounts. I'll link in the description, by the way. So you're able to purchase US based accounts from anywhere in the world and get involved in the program. That didn't exist back in the day. So I was just sitting there basically waiting for the creativity program to launch in the UK so I can get involved again. And so I did. Now I became a very happy bunny. I started getting involved in the creativity program nowadays. I've still got accounts that I post on that I've launched brand new. I don't want to show you guys a lot of them, mostly because I don't want people to just flood those accounts, that start following them, keep up to date with them. I like keeping those accounts private. Plus I do a lot of work for clients as well, and sometimes they're NDAs where I can't actually say that I'm working for them. So little things like that. But I still do work for certain people. As you can see, still making money through the Creator Wars program. This is just one of the accounts. And I've got another series actually coming, by the way, where I start a Creator Wars program from scratch and how much money I can earn in a week. So let me know if you'd like to see a video on that sort of thing, because I've got myself a Creator Wars program account. Just want to see how much I can make from ground zero in 1 week. I mean, it'd be an incredible type of project to try out. But regardless, still making money through the Creator Wars program, so all's good. But now I've also got my YouTube channel as well, got my community as well, where I'm able to help and mentor people on the ground. Because it's not just, I know I spoke about my course and community earlier, it's not just a course and community where I've just got a course in there and people could just talk to each other. Anyone within that school community will attest to this. I am active every single day mentoring people. I'm there to help you step by step on your journey, responding to comments. I've got weekly calls as well. It's absolutely perfect for those of you guys looking to make money through this app. So as you can see, that's a quick shout out to my TikTok growth community in there. So the main thing I'd say is, if you are new, subscribe. I hope you did enjoy this journey, my entire TikTok story from my 500,000 follower account, from 0 to 500,000 followers and back to 0 again. If you did enjoy it, I'd love to hear it in the comment section. Let me know if you enjoy this style of video as well. It's more presentation format. It's not something I usually do on my channel, to be honest. But in the meantime, check out the video right here to see even more tips on your TikTok growth journey. I'd love to hear your comments I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section as well. Take care.